The Force, in its infinite wisdom, moves in ways that even the most astute Jedi fail to comprehend. Among the legions of those who call themselves its servants, Qui-Gon Jinn stands apart though. He is not shackled by the orthodoxy of the Jedi Council, nor does he blindly adhere to their brittle decrees. Instead, Qui-Gon Jinn listens, truly listens to the Force as it flows, as it breathes, as it speaks. His connection to the living Force grants him an awareness that is both rare and dangerous. The Force, for reasons I cannot ignore, has chosen him. It has guided him to the Chosen One, a being of unparalleled potential, and the Force has seen fit to make Qui-Gon Jinn its steward, its teacher. Who better than a Jedi who serves the Force above any order? On his own, Qui-Gon Jinn is weak. His defiance of the Jedi Council isolates him. His unconventional methods leave him without allies. He is a voice of reason amidst a cacophony of rigid dogma. But reason is barely heeded in a system so bloated with such arrogance as the Jedi. Yet, it is precisely this defiance, this individuality that makes Qui-Gon Jinn dangerous. Qui-Gon does not serve the Council, nor does he serve the Republic. He serves the Force. And the Force, it seems, serves him in return. The currents of destiny flow through him now, speak through him, and guide his every move. Even as the Jedi around him flounder in their misguided pursuit of prophecy and structure, Qui-Gon Jinn acts with clarity that they cannot comprehend. The Force favors Qui-Gon Jinn in ways that it does no other Jedi. This favoritism is unmistakable. The living Force speaks through him, and he listens. He is constantly aware of its flow, adapting, moving in harmony with it rather than opposing his will upon it as other Jedi do. This adaptability, this profound connection, has allowed him to see truths that the others have dismissed. He sees what the Council cannot, that the Force is alive, that it is ever-changing, and that it has chosen to work through him. But this makes him a threat, for while the Council remains blind and content in their ancient ways, Qui-Gon Jinn is a reminder of what the Jedi once were and what they may become again, a reality that could unravel our great grand plan if left unchecked. The Jedi Council is a failing institution, and it is precisely their arrogance that has allowed the Sith to rise unchecked. Their devotion to their doctrine blinds them to the truth, that they are no longer the Force's chosen stewards. They have grown complacent, mistaking their rigid adherence to tradition for wisdom. It is this arrogance that has allowed us to grow, a powerful tumor within the body of the Republic, a force that they no longer understand and are ill-equipped to combat. But Qui-Gon Jinn is different. He is not bound by their tradition, nor is he lulled into complacency by their arrogance. He moves beyond the Jedi restraints, and because of that he is more dangerous than the entirety of the Jedi Order. But Qui-Gon Jinn is still just a man. On his own he is not enough. The Force could favor him, but he does not yet understand the full scope of its will. His commitment to serving the Force blinds him to the greater truth. The Force is neither light nor dark, it is both. He sees only the part of the tapestry that aligns to his ideals, and this is where his vulnerability lies. He is a Jedi at heart, bound by their naive morality, and that morality will be his undoing. He has been chosen to guide the Chosen One of the Jedi, but the path that the Force has set him upon is not the one that he has envisioned. Qui-Gon Jinn will fail, as all Jedi do, because he does not see the Force in its entirety. The Jedi Council in their arrogance will play their part in their own destruction, their distrust of Qui-Gon. This will delve them deeper into irrelevance. They will grow more arrogant, more rigid as they attempt to reassert control over a galaxy that no longer heeds that authority. Qui-Gon, despite his defiance, remains a part of that order though. He can work in our advantage. Qui-Gon Jinn's actions sow discord within the Jedi ranks, and that discord will weaken them. It is imperative that we allow this to unfold. The Council's arrogance is a tool that we can exploit. Their distrust is a weapon that we will wield. Even now, the seeds of their downfall are taking root. Qui-Gon's discovery of the Chosen One is no accident. It is the Force moving as it must. The Council, fools as they are, will dismiss the boy's potential or seek to control it, failing to realize that he is the key to their undoing. And Qui-Gon Jinn, ever the great servant of the Force, will fight for the boy's future, further fracturing the already fragile unity of the Jedi. This is the chaos that we have cultivated, and it is through that chaos that we will rise. So let Qui-Gon Jinn walk this path. Let the Council grow mistrustful and arrogant. Let the Jedi fall into disarray. The Force may favor Qui-Gon, but it favors the Sith as well. Or rather, we favor ourselves. It is through Qui-Gon, through his defiance, that we will see the beginning of our victory. For all his insight, Qui-Gon cannot see the web that we have woven around him, nor the inevitability of his own fall. Qui-Gon Jinn had to be eliminated. The grand plan of the Sith required precision, patience, and the removal of those who would disrupt its intricate design. Qui-Gon Jinn above all others was a threat not because of his strength in battle or his defiance of the Council, but because of his unparalleled connection, and a rare connection to the Force. Qui-Gon was the Force's chosen teacher for Anakin, destined to destroy the Sith Order. Under Qui-Gon Jinn's guidance, Anakin would have grown into a being of unmatched power and, more importantly, clarity. Someone wielding the Force to exorcise the sickness of the dark side from the galaxy. Qui-Gon's presence would have ensured the swift and the certain demise of the Sith. Unlike the Council, Qui-Gon would never have been drawn into the Clone Wars. He recognized the Jedi's growing entanglement with politics and militarism as a betrayal of their purpose, a corruption of their true role as guardians. Had Qui-Gon lived, he would have rejected the Council's decisions, leaving the Jedi Order entirely. But he would not have departed alone. He would have taken Anakin away from the toxic influence of the Republic, the Sith, and the misguided Jedi. Anakin, under Qui-Gon's tutelage, would have grown into the perfect tool of the Force, unburdened by the arrogance and blindness of the Council, or the manipulation of the Sith. This was the future that the Sith could not allow. Qui-Gon saw the Force as it truly was, alive, fluid, all-encompassing. His wisdom and ability to perceive the Force's deeper truths made him unpredictable, and unpredictability is the bane of any grand plan. Worse, his teachings would have instilled in Anakin Skywalker clarity, grounding the boy in the true nature of the Force. Anakin would have been shaped into the Sith's greatest enemy, not a brash, impulsive warrior, but a precise, purposeful wielder of the Force, guided by wisdom and unshakable conviction. Qui-Gon would have forged Anakin into the ideal destroyer of the Sith. To achieve dominance, the Sith needed Anakin, but they needed him corrupted, broken, and vulnerable. Qui-Gon's death was the first step in ensuring this outcome. Without Qui-Gon, Anakin was left to the influence of the Council, an institution that could never truly understand him. The Jedi, with their dogma and fear of attachment, would fail him, pushing him to the darkness, and Palpatine, as the Sith's architect, would ensure his descent was inevitable. The absence of Qui-Gon Jinn was a void that the Sith exploited masterfully, using it to twist Anakin into the very weapon that they required. Qui-Gon Jinn's elimination was not just a matter of necessity, it was a masterstroke in the Sith's long game. His death ensured the Jedi Order would remain blind and stagnant, clinging to their outdated principles that even as the galaxy fell apart around them, that is all that they would deem as important. The Sith have remade Anakin into an instrument of the Jedi Order's destruction. He is not somebody that has overcome the Sith. He has fallen to them. But had Qui-Gon Jinn lived, the Sith would have faced an enemy that they could not overcome, one trained by the Force's true steward, with knowledge and power to cut away the darkness at its root. In his absence, the Sith's plan advanced unimpeded, the galaxy falling deeper into shadow without Qui-Gon Jinn. And that, my friends, was a deeper look at the necessity of Qui-Gon Jinn, why he was essential to the plan of the Sith in a very dark way, as the Council turned both away from Qui-Gon and Anakin in one single moment. But in the end, how Qui-Gon Jinn was the only Jedi present in that room that could have saved the Jedi Order from complete annihilation. But anyway, my friends, what are your thoughts on Qui-Gon Jinn from the perspective of the Sith? What are your thoughts on his necessity to the grand plan, not only of Anakin, but to the grand plan of the Sith as well? And as always, my friends, thank you so much for visiting the archives, and may the Force be with you.